Namaste. In the last episode, we saw how, following the traumatic demise of his father, Ramanujar, the young groom, left Sriperumbudur with his family and moved to the neighboring town of Tirupakoli, a well-known center of learning. Having studied Sanskrit and scriptures under his father, he would now study advanced Vedanta. There, Yadava Prakasham, a renowned Advaitic Acharya, accepted Ramanujar and his cousin Govindan as his disciples. Because of the knowledge he had received from his father all these years, Ramanujar was exceptional in interpreting the Sanskrit texts. Unfortunately, his interpretations weren't aligned to the interpretations of his guru Yadava Prakasham. Yadava Prakasham during his teachings would make quite a few mistakes while interpreting the Vedas, and as a result, he would teach these wrong interpretations to his students. I wouldn't say wrong, but they were according to the Advaitic school of philosophy, whereas Ramanujar was more towards Dvaitic school of philosophy, and towards the end of his life he had come up with another school of philosophy which was more appropriate to his way. That was the Vishishtadvaitic school of philosophy. Moving on. After Ramanuja joined Yadava Prakasham's Gurukulam, he started correcting his guru in front of the entire class, not intentionally though. His fellow students started liking Ramanuja's ways and explanations better than their gurus. This went on for a while and Yadava Prakasham wasn't comfortable with this. Back in those days, students used to live in their guru's ashram and they would serve their guru in various ways. One day, Ramanujar was giving an oil massage to his guru and Yadava Prakasham started explaining a line from the Santyoki Upanishad, Tasya yata kapyasam pundarikam evakshani. The eyes of the Lord are like two lotuses that are in turn like the posterior of a monkey. This inferior nature of the simile grieved Ramanujar intensely. Tears rolled down his eyes and fell on the thighs of the teacher. Surprised, Yadava Prakasham looked up. Ramanuja said, "Sir, how can you compare the eyes of the God, who is the container of all the beauty in the universe, to the posterior of a monkey?" Yadava Prakasham became furious and responded, "Well, do you think you could give a better interpretation?" "Sure, sir, with your blessings," replied Ramanuja. Without even the slightest trace of pride, Ramanuja proceeded to explain the phrase word by word. The Sanskrit word kam also has the meaning water. That which drinks water is kapi in Sanskrit, which means the sun. Asa can be interpreted to mean blossom. Therefore, Kapyasam can be interpreted as blossomed by the sun, and the entire phrase can be interpreted as the eyes of the Lord are as lovely as the lotuses blossom by the rays of the sun. Thus, Ramanujar and Yadava Prakasham had conflicting opinions about many things. The biggest of them all, schools of philosophy, Advaitam versus Vishishtadvaitam. In Advaitam, emphasis is laid on transcendental God as pure consciousness. It has more to do with the subjective nature of God. All creation is discarded as Maya or as an illusion, in spite of the fact that Maya also owes its existence to consciousness. In Vishishtadvaitam, emphasis is laid on the fact that individual soul is part and parcel of the supersoul. Being a part of the supersoul does not mean that the supersoul and the individual soul are exactly the same. Due to the differences, Yadava Prakasham felt insecure. He felt Ramanuja would outshine him one day, and thus he made a devious plan of killing Ramanuja. He planned a trip with all his students to Kashi, where he would make his disciples drown Ramanuja in the holy waters of the Ganga. That is all for today. In the next episode, we shall see if Yadava Prakasham was successful in carrying out his devious plan. Namaste. Thank you.